Good morning everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you're good. The weather's nice, so I thought I'd come out on another investigation. And today I am in Naseby, and for those who don't know the village of Naseby, it was famous for the Battle of Naseby. And this church goes back to the 13th century. There's the church there. Any spirits that are here who would like to communicate, I wish you a good morning. My name is Jo, and I've come to communicate with you, and I would really like it if you could communicate with me, please. I mean you no harm or disrespect. I am here just to communicate with you, and I hope you can do the same. I mean, look at that spire or tower, however you wanna. I mean, just look at that in all its beauty. Now here's the special thing about it. This churchyard is absolutely amazing, and with kind permission I have got the key to the church. Now the reason why the church is kept locked is because apparently there are swords and armour that are actually from the Battle of Naseby, because we all know June the 14th 1645 we had the battle. But I'm going to take you a walk round, and we are going to go into the church. Now I'm not sure if this church had connections with the Battle of Naseby, but we are in the village, and I presume... Right, sorry about that guys. I just had the local villager, but that's the church. There's the church door, which, I mean, look at that beauty. Look at all that beauty. But I didn't know, but there is more headstones down here. There's Richard in the distance. Good morning, spirits. My name is Jo, and I've come here to communicate with you. If you would be so kind to do so, that would be really helpful and kind of you. Now, I'm not going to get Spirit Talker, well, Ghost Tube out just yet. But what we are going to do is I'm going to take you into the church. Now, I have never been to this church. I've never been inside the church. But I think we'll start our investigation in the church. So I've got the key, and we will go in. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. So in we go. It's like going into Narnia, isn't it? All right. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh, how beautiful is this church? How beautiful. God, that put the willies up me. I thought someone was standing there, but it's actually somebody's coat. I thought actually someone was standing there. That's obviously where the bell tower is. Now, a little bit of information for you. What is copper ball? This is a copper ball which used to hold 60 gallons of ale. It was placed on the stump of Naseby and was completed in 1860. Okay, and these are the old Jacobean rails, and there's a little bit of history, if I can zoom out, a little bit of history on there. And we have actually got some artifacts that actually come from the battlefield itself. Piston bullets there, musket. You inside the church then? Are you with me? Are you inside the church then, Spirit? Because you've just said you are inside. Would you like me to go back outside? Would you like me to leave you in peace? Spirit, would you like me to go back outside? If you want me to leave you alone, can you make those lights go off for me? And I'll go to the grounds. I'm not getting much come through at all on the church. Let me just put the camera down there. There we go. I'm not getting much on the church. It's very quiet, very beautiful church, very peaceful. And I think we're going to do, let me move so you can see the church better. Let's see, just sit there. There we go. Are you home? Is this your home now? That's me knocking the camera. Is this your home now? Can you perhaps show yourself before I leave this church? Can you perhaps show yourself in front of this camera? Can you show yourself? Okay, what I'm going to do then is I am going to go and do the grounds and see what comes through there. But I'm just going to spin you back around and just give you another pan of the church. That's the altar. Spirits, if you are here and you would like to show yourself, please do so. Now is your opportunity. Now is your time to do so. Right, so what we'll do is we will go back outside. Right, so now we've come outside, and obviously I'm going to spin you around. If there's any spirits here that can hear my voice and would like to communicate with me, I'd be very grateful and thank you if you could. My name is Jo. I've come here to speak with you. I was hoping you'd be so kind to speak with me, please. I mean you no harm. I don't mean you any disrespect. You can talk into this device if you would like to. Oh, the year I was born, look. 1977. Are there any soldiers here from the Battle of Naseby? Please, you can come and communicate with me if you'd be so kind to do so. Lovely little cemetery. Like I say, this church dates back to the 13th century. Some of these old graves. It must be wow cool to live by a cemetery. Literally, you look on the back door and there's the cemetery. Please, if there are any spirits here that would like to speak with me, please come forward and do so. I don't mean you any harm. Some overgrown here, look. (1926), 1928. Some of them are there, look. Please, are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with me? Look at that one there. Northamptonshire Regiment, 12th of July 1917, age 30. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, hang on. These are obviously little children's graves. She died 1913 and she was aged only 7. Oh, how awful. Another one there. William and Martha. Oh, loving memory of... I don't know that name. Please, if there are any spirits here that would like to come forward and speak, please do so. Or if there are any spirits here from the battlefield. Please come forward. Look at that view of the church, look. Look at that. Funny enough, at the moment it's really, really quiet. I haven't had any names come through. The church is quiet. So I reckon it's peaceful here. I don't think the spirits are wandering. It all seems very, very peaceful. I'm going to switch Spirit Talker off because nothing's coming through. Do you know what? I just think here. I just think it's very quiet here. Peaceful. Everybody's laid to rest. Spirits, if you would like to come forward and speak before I leave this place, please do so.
Power off.
Nothing. I've turned the speaker off because nothing's coming through, Ghost Tube. Nothing's coming through, Spirit Talker. I had a little bit of communication. I mean, look at that one. That's beautiful, isn't it? But it's very quiet here. Very, very quiet. Like I say, if you would like to come and visit this cemetery, it's All Saints, Naseby. Obviously, you'd have to ask permission for the key, which I did, or we did. But it's really very quiet here.
Right, so we have left Naseby Church and we are at one of the sites of the actual battlefield, and that behind me there is the Naseby obelisk, and I'm just going to show you and give you a bit of a read so you know what it's all about and everything. So let me just take you around. Right, you'll have to excuse if you see my shadow, but there's a little bit of reading there. Like I say, if you want to pause this and read it, you're more than welcome to. And this is was the Naseby windmill. Okay, so we've got that one there. We are obviously here where it says you are here, when you can find my finger. There we go, we're here. So once we've done the obelisk, all being well, we will go to Fairfax Point. And then obviously we will go to Rupert's. So it says there, excuse the wind because it is very windy again today. It wasn't this windy when I did the church. But that's a bit of reading. So, as you can see, we are at the obelisk. Now, I'm just firing up the tablet. Now, I don't know whether to go Ghost Tube. You'll have to excuse the wind. I'm really sorry if it's taking my breath away, but these bloody steps, they're really big. So, as you can see, that is to commemorate the battle, and it's a really, really big, tall monument. So, right, So, as you can look at the view, look at the view. Isn't that beautiful? So, right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up Necrometer, and we will just see what and if anything comes through here from the battlefield. So, without further ado, let's get on and do it. Hello? Are there any spirits or soldiers or anybody to do with Naseby battlefield here? My name is Jo, and I would like to communicate with you. As you can see, it's just firing up. I don't know whether you can see that. There we go, look. So, right, let's crack on. I'm calling out to any soldiers, any cavaliers, or if there's anyone here from the Battle of Naseby. My name is Jo, and I'd like to speak with you if I may. What was that sound? That sounded like a cannon then. I know they do reenactments here. That sounded like a cannon then. It's probably a crow scarer. I don't know, but that's the kind of sound you'd get. And that jingling you can hear is the flag. Please, can any soldiers or cavaliers come forward? Is there anybody here? I'm just wondering, they wouldn't have spoken in Latin, would they? They wouldn't have spoken in Latin, would they? Okay. Comprende este nomine Johanna? It este spiritus communicatio. Basically, I've just said my name is Joanne, and if there's any spirits here that would like to communicate with us. Please, are there any soldiers here? As you see, Necrometer is really, really quiet. I don't know whether you can see that. It's really quiet. No words have come through yet at all. It's really quiet. So this might not be a place that has spirits. It might be the actual battlefield itself. But obviously, can you imagine doing battle here? And I know that they do reenactments at the field over there. Reenactment battles. To commemorate the... What? To commemorate Thor... Oh, that's all in Latin. Here we go. Thor... Oncrontinius and... something battle. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. My Latin is really not that good. But there's nothing coming through. Nothing coming through at all. Please, are there any spirits here? Any soldiers? Seeing like I've said before about these apps, you know, if there's nothing around or there's nothing going on, these apps won't go off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the SLS and just see, because as you can see, killed. Oh, there we go, look. Killed. Well, hello. Comprende? Are you a soldier? Were you killed in the battle? Were you killed in the Battle of Naseby? That's irrelevant, isn't it? Killed, because there would have been a lot of killings, you know, with the old sword fights and the old pool. I should really watch these reenactments, shouldn't I, when I go to places like this? May I ask, were you killed by another person? Another soldier? Or were you killed by a musket? A firing rifle? Unless they don't want to speak with me. You can picture it, can't you? Just over there. Yeah, the whole battlefield, all of this area was the battlefield. And you can imagine, back in 1645, in the month of June, I think it was 1645, I'm sure it was 1645, what it would have been like battling the opposition, being blown to pieces by little musket balls. I don't really know, and you guys can help me out on here, I don't really know how much the battle, how long the battle went on for, but I'm hoping it went on for a while. And that bloody tapping of that flag. Can I not take the flag down? Please, you said you were killed. May I ask, with the greatest respect, how you were killed? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you for a walk around the back, okay? So, let me just take that off. So, obviously, there's the monument. And that's that bloody flagpole. Tap, tap, tap. Does your head in. So, all of this would have been the, obviously, battlefield. It's almost like castle-like looking. Can you actually get up to it? 18. So it's there, 18. Is that how old? Awareness. So we've got 18 and we've got awareness. Is that how old you were? Were you 18 years old? Would you like to tell me about it? Would you like to talk to me? And may I ask, please, what should I be aware of? What do I need to be aware of? I don't think you can actually. Do you know, do you think I should climb that? Because it looks... Look, you've got things you can put your foot on. to like climb up on. So I'm just wondering if I should climb it. No, me, I'll fall off it. But it's not a... Please don't be afraid. I come here with respect for you. Just take you water. But all of this was the battlefield. And let me stand further down here, because you can just look at the size of this monument. It is massive. Obviously, I'm not going to go too near the water, but look at that. It is huge. Campground. Okay, is this where you used to camp out then? Is this where you used to camp? I'm going to have to turn you around again, guys. There we go. Wow. Shot. Don't know if you can see that. So it said campground and it's shot. All of these answers are actually relevant to the Battle of Naseby. So I think we have now got a spirit here. But what I'm going to do is I will go SLS, which is structured light sensor. And obviously it probably will pick up the trees as like a stick figure. But you know, I don't know whether to or not, because it'll pick up the trees like stick figures. And I don't want to. Spirit, were you shot? Who shot you? May I ask who shot you, please? Like I say, I'm with respect. I don't mean you any harm. Please. Would you come forward and speak with me? You said you were shot. Can you tell me what the battle was like? So I'm just coming out of focus a minute. It's right, I keep hearing like cannons going off, but it's actually a crow scarer. But I'm just wondering if that's hyping it up a bit. Do the spirits think that they're still in battle? Heather. Now, I don't know whether Heather would be a name of someone, because I don't think they would have had women in the Battle of Naseby. Maybe, is that your name? Have we got a female spirit here? Or were you selling Heather? As in, do you call Heather a plant? You would, wouldn't you? You'd call Heather a plant. You know, like lavender and sage and stuff like that. May I ask, is that your name? Is there a lady here called Heather? Right, I think what we'll do is we'll move on. And there is another little gateway, which I'll take you, and that will be another part of the battlefield, and we see what responses we get. Lillian. Hello, William. Oh no, I beg your pardon. Not William. Lillian. Lillian. Why is it women's names? Heritage. heritage. And this is an actual heritage site. So Lillian, Heather.
Disconnection.
What do you mean by disconnection? Do you want to disconnect from talking to me? Or do you want to disconnect this device? Because you can switch this device off. That's not a problem. You can switch the device off. Poverty. Wow, this is really hyping up now, isn't it? It's just said poverty. Were you a family person whose husband went to battle because you were in poverty? Because you live life in poverty? Some of these words coming through are really significant. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you a walk. So I've got to stop saying so. But well, I've got to watch my steps because these are really big steps. Please, spirits, come and speak with me. So, King Charles and Rupert had moved the royal army to a ridge between East Farnham and Little Oxenden. Oliver Cromwell, it's one of Richard's descendants. Oh my God. Because obviously Richard's gone into his ancestry and he found out that Oliver Cromwell was a descendant of his. So we're just going to have to walk on the road for a minute and I'll just take you to this little field. And this is where one of the battles took place. Obviously it's gated so we can't go in. But this is one of the battlefields. Look at the lovely crows. They're lovely. Have we got any soldiers here or cavaliers here? Or men from the Battle of Naseby? See the monument through there, look. Big tall monument. Nothing's come through as of yet again. The last word that came through was poverty. So I think what I'll do is I will get the tripod and we will get the SLS camera out and we will do an SLS session and see what comes through. So we'll just go back, we'll go back up to the monument. And if you want to check out the Naseby thing, it's, there you go, naseby.com. So what we'll do is I will rest you back on the wall again, and I will bring out the SLS. If I'm being honest with you, I don't want to bring out the SLS because it's going to map all the trees. But I think what we'll do, again, there's not much come through. It's how it seems to be back here. I have done research. Would you like people to research about what happened here? Would you like people to research? Is there anywhere else you would like me to go? Will you lead me to Fairfax View? That bloody flagpole is doing my head in. I'm eating my hair. Oh. Okay, what I'm going to do, Lillian, Heather, thank you for communicating with me. I'm going to go on to Fairfax View now. Yeah, what we'll do is we will go on to location number 2, and that is
intelligence.
You are an intelligent spirit. Are you saying I'm intelligent? Because I'm not. You can follow us, spirit. So yeah, that's what we'll do, is we'll go to location number 2. That's 4. That's 2. So we'll go to number 2 and we'll see what we can pick up on there. So see you in a bit. Right then, we are at location number 2, and this is Fairfax View. And when I show you what you're overlooking, or what you are overlooking, this was another part of the battlefield. So I've got to stop saying that. So do you know, it feels like walking like in history. So look at that view. Now, obviously, that was the battle. And this is known as Fairfax View. So we have just come from the obelisk, and now we are here. This is Fairfax View, so you can have a quick read of that if you want to. And there's Sir Thomas Fairfax himself. Now, the viewing of this platform, it says they could see the Royalist army on the distant ridge to the north. So we are going to have passing traffic because we are right by a main road, so I do apologise for that. But as far as the eye could see, you could obviously see the Royalists or the armies coming into battle up. Makes you wonder how all of this was the battlefield. And like I say, just up the road is the... So this is Naseby and the changing landscape. So it says there, give you some more reading to do if it's this kind of thing that you're interested in. And these are some of the images down here of what would have been the people of Naseby. Obviously farming. Now, this is really interesting because when the two names Lillian and Heather came through, from that picture there, so obviously that would have been them. And the kind of stuff they would field or yield, obviously wheat, beans, peas, rye, barley, oats. It's another little bit for you to read there, look. I don't think there's going to be any spiritual activity here. So what we'll do is we'll move on to location number 3. What's number 3? Is it Cromwell's Point? Number 3, is it Cromwell's Point? Yeah. Right, so we're going to go to Cromwell's Point now. So that I've said it again, look. That's that then. So this was Fairfax View, and another flag, but it's not ding-a-linging. And as they say on the battlefield, onwards and upwards. Number 3, here we come. Right then, this is location 3 and the last of the Battle of Nasby's history, if you want to call it that. And we are at Oliver Cromwell's monument. And I'm presuming that Sir Oliver Cromwell, which is a descendant of Richard's, which was, what was it? He was your what? Great granddad. It's like Richard just said how many greats he doesn't know. But it's quite nice actually having a descendant, being married to a descendant of Oliver Cromwell. So this would have been a battlefield as well. And I know there has been some archaeological, I'll just say it, archaeological, say it then, digs here. And obviously some of these, from when we've just gone to the church earlier on, I did show you in the cabinet some of the artefacts that were actually recovered from doing a dig here. And they are actually from the Battle of Naseby. You can't quite imagine this as a battlefield, could you? It's a bit of a soggy path we're walking. And lo and behold, we are reaching Cromwell's monument. Again, I'll show you the notice boards with a bit of history on them, so rather than me waffling on a load of it, if you wanted to stop and read it, you can pause this video and go to your heart's content. It would be worth checking out www.naseby.com, and someone's left a hat there, look. Someone's left a hat. Okay. So this is Oliver Cromwell's monument. Battle of Naseby, 14th of June 1645. From near this site, Oliver Cromwell, something cavalry charge, something issue of, that looks like battle, and something or other. Another TikTok flagpole. There you go, there's some history. The description of the armies of horse and foot of His Majesty's and Sir Thomas's Fairfax, His Excellency, as they were drawn into several battles at the battle yard at Naseby, the 14th day, what's that say? 14th day, 14th of June 1645. And there's some more. I'll do this in paragraphs for you. That one there, that one there, and that one there, and finally that one there. It's like a ticking clock, isn't it? Tick tock, tick tock. Sir Oliver Cromwell, are you here? Thomas Fairfax, are you here? So that there, as you can see, from there all the way along to here would be all of that. So from there, if I can zoom in a bit further, from there, maybe even further, maybe even that line, not this line, but maybe the other line. I'm trying to hold the camera steady because of the wind, but obviously now it's farmland and farmery. But there you go, let me zoom out. There we go, so you can have a read of that. It must have been quite a bloody battle, to be honest. Muskets, I was right. So what I'm going to do then is I am going to put the camera somewhere where hopefully you can see me. There you go, you can see me now. No, you can't see me, can you? No. I'm going to have to stand up really further close, so you're going to have a close-up of my face. But we will do our call out and we will see if we can make contact with either Thomas Fairfax, or if not, then maybe Oliver Cromwell himself. So for this one, I'm not going to use Necrophonic. I'm going to go Ghost Tube and just see what we get come through. So let's go. I've said it again, haven't I? So I am sorry. So Ghost Tube is just, don't know if you can see that. Ghost Tube is just firing up. And it's making that horrible dit again. Now, it's done this on a fair few investigations. I don't know why it does it. But let's call out and see what we've got. Are there any soldiers here or cavalrymen from the Battle of Naseby? Oliver Cromwell? Sir Oliver Cromwell? Or Sir Thomas Fairfax? Oh, Richard's got the camera now. I don't need to stand so close. Sir Oliver Cromwell? Sir Thomas Fairfax? Any of the soldiers here?
No energy.
No energy. Okay. Well, you can use my energy. You can use the equipment's energy. My name is Joanne, and I've come to communicate with any spirits of the Battle of Naseby, any soldiers, any cavalrymen. I'm really interested to know about your story. Just going to turn the volume up, so hopefully you can hear as well. places like this, you never know if they're going to be haunted or not, because obviously in...
Camera.
Yes, I have got a camera. You can show yourself on the camera if you would like to. This area here, I will be using the SLS here, because as I've showed you, it is just fields. There's nothing it would pick up. So if it does pick up like a stick figure, then obviously there is something there that we can't see. Please, can you come forward and speak with us then? You can show yourself on camera. You can come and stand by me.
You can't understand.
No, I can't understand, but this is why I'm here, is because I want...
Uncomfortable.
Do you feel uncomfortable with me being here then? Because I don't understand what was going on. I understand a little bit about that there was a battle here. My history, if it was like the Tudors or anything to do with medieval or medieval times, however you want to call it, I'd be absolutely shit hot at it, because I do like my Tudor Victorian-y kind of era. But when it comes to battles and fighting and everything, I haven't really got an interest for it. But a lot of people have said, go to the Battle of Naseby, go to the Naseby Fields. You know, you never know what you're going to get. And it's like that here now. It's making that noise again. I don't know why it does it. It's only done it on few investigations. And all I've got with me, as you can see, is the tablet and Richard holding the camera. Please, who's here? And that flagpole sounds like a ticking clock. Please, can anyone come forward and speak? Can anyone come forward and speak with me? I have a descendant of Oliver Cromwell here. Richard. He is one of... What was that? You're back. Does that mean you have... It's doing that noise again. What is that noise? It's just like you put a receiver down on a phone. It's just said, you're back. What do they mean by that when it says, you're back?
I know.
What do you mean by that when you say, you know, you're back? Are you a spirit that's come back here? Because I've never been here. I've never been here. This is my first time here. Do you remember what the battle was like? Do you remember?
Can you hear him?
I can't hear anything. The only thing I can hear is the flagpole. Who do you want me to hear? You can speak into that camera microphone, or you can speak into my microphone. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Ghost Tube off, and we're going to go necrophonic and see what comes through there. Right, so I fired up Necrophonic. Don't know if you can see that. I'll come and show you. I've fired up Necrophonic. So we are now going to just listen and see. Are there any spirits here from the Battle of Naseby? That said one then. Oliver Cromwell, are you here? No. Yeah. Who's here? Are there any Cavalier soldiers here? Thomas? Thomas Fairfax? Help. For you. If you hear any words, guys, then please comment. That sounded like it said Joanne then. I'm being quiet, guys, so you can listen to this. Kill. It's rather windy here today. It wasn't like this when I did the church earlier on. Four. Kill. Again. One. Oliver Cromwell, are you here? Thomas Fairfax, are you here? I didn't like that response. I don't know what that was. Is Rupert here? Rupert of the Rhine? Prince Rupert of the Rhine, are you here? Hi. I don't like some of these responses coming through this. Can you scream? Can you scream? kill him. Yeah. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it there. This don't want to switch off now. The necrophonic don't want to turn off. Don't want to turn off. I'm wondering if they're using this to communicate now. Because normally all I do is swipe up and it goes off, but as you can see, it's still on, look. It won't switch off, look. Look, it won't switch off. That's never done that before either. If you're communicating through this device, you are doing so well. And I've just noticed as well, to actually make it work, it says start. You have to press that start button. I'll show you. There you go, started it. I've stopped it. And it is still going. You have to press start for it to work. And this is working without me pressing start. How strange is that? And it won't switch off. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Right, the tablet switched off. There's nothing on, so I'm going to switch it back on again. There we go. I've gone back to normal now. Right, what I'm going to do... Necrophonic's fired up again. I can't get out of it. There you go, now the tablet's just gone dead. Tablet's just gone dead. It won't even switch on now. I'm pressing it and it won't even switch on. Oh, there we go. That is weird. So I'm going to use SLS now. And I'm just going to pan around. And obviously, Richard hopefully will have the camera behind me. So if anything should come up, you should be able to see it. And I'm going to go see it as well. Right, so let's fire the SLS. Obviously, I don't want it on me. You can see, look, SLS, it's firing up. So what we'll do is we'll turn the camera, no, the other way around, sorry. Right. So now, if any figures, can you show yourself? Would that be marking the fence post?
Yeah, possible.
Possible, isn't it? No, because there's the fence post. Oh, it would, look, it's marking. So that's been debunked. Right. So let's go...
Go over the fence.
Go over the fence, yeah, that's the point. Right. Right. It's a bit muddy, so we're just going to have to watch where we're going. I don't know. But you stand here. What I'll do. Can you show yourself if there's any spirits here? I just hope you can see that. Would that be a dead body laying on the ground then? Now's the time to show yourself. Come and stand in front of this camera, it won't harm you. Something down the bottom. Look, down there. What is down there? No, I'm going to go see her. Let's go see her instead. Let's go see her. Now, this will give you a picture. Let's go that way. We've got the sun behind us. Let's turn the camera around. There we go. Could you show me a picture, please? What is that? That's like a flag, isn't it? Is that like a flag? I'll just record that before it fades out. Okay, thank you. Could you perhaps show me another picture? Let's go back to the monument and see if another picture comes through. Please, can you show me a picture, spirits? No, I can't see because I've got the sun right in front of me. Here we go. There's only that one picture that came through. No, there's nothing else come through. Right, what do I do now? What should I do? Switch the tablet off. I don't know what to make out of this site. I don't know whether... So I'm just trying to get you up, myself out the window and whatnot. I don't know whether to actually continue with this investigation because I've done the church, I've done the monument, I did the Fairfax Point, and now I've done Oliver Cromwell's monument. Like I say, this was a famous battle, and there's obviously got to be history here. There's obviously got to be something here. Whether or not any spirits have come through on the necrophonic, or whether or not whatever's happened, I don't know. But it's worth when the weather's a bit better, it's worth a walk out here, you know, have a walk around the different sites, you know, check out the history boards, which I have showed you. And if you wanted to check out the site, it's www.naseby.com. So what I'll do, on that note then, from a very windy Naseby, as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And until the next time, it's goodbye from Richard.
Why?
And as always, stay safe, happy hunting, and I'll see you on the next adventure.